I am just getting technology set up here. Please let me know if you can hear me. Okay, very good. Awesome. Hey, it's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com, and I can be reached anytime by email at andersonshel@gmail.com. I would like to thank you for joining me today for an impromptu Facebook Live. I did a Facebook Live yesterday, my regular scheduled one Sunday at 2 o'clock, and I was talking to you about this new bundle of products that I have received this week and that I wanted to play with them, and I started to play with them, like getting things, pulling things out and coming up with an idea or two. And I thought, hey, this would be a perfect time to go live. We can do it together, stamp on the fly. It's kind of like my thing anyway. And we'll come up with something together. So today it's all about the butterfly Brilliance. And hopefully we'll come up with a couple of cards here. These, you can see I've been in here and started die cutting. These dies and stamps are gorgeous. And this is the big one that die cuts the whole stamp set out at once. So I guess I got it backwards, like so, if you wanted to stamp and die cut it. But also this cuts the shadows that you can layer behind these ones. Okay, so we are going to have a play with that. And I really haven't thought, whoops, forgot half of it. I really haven't thought this all the way through, but that's okay. What I did do is I grabbed some scrap black cardstock and I die cut. I suppose if I put these on a color, you would be able to see them better. I die cut some of the small to medium sized butterflies. Okay, and then after I die cut them, I thought, oh darn it, I didn't put adhesive sheets on them. And I've done that a lot. Hi Susan, hi Carol, glad that you're here. Carol, you can't hear me? Pam can hear me, so I think it must be a problem with you, but let me know. Okay, so I die cut these out and I forgot to use my adhesive sheets, and I do that quite frequently because if you die cut them with the adhesive sheets, they work so easy, you don't have to put glue on them. So then I got the idea that I'm going to go get my adhesive sheets and put them right by my die cutting machine, which I have done, so hopefully that will be my reminder. And then I used the big die to cut out the shadows. Okay? Now, when I'm going to explain to you what I did do with that. I actually cut a piece of cardstock. And this one here is this little guy up here in the corner. No, it's not. This one is. I just cut a little piece of cardstock and stuck under that one. And then these two here are the medium and the larger ones. I just cut a piece of cardstock and laid it under. I didn't cut them all. So, I mean, you can very easily just cut what you need. Okay, so we have those butterflies. And I don't know why, but this piece looks like camouflage to me. I picked up that piece of paper, and I have some magenta, some black, and some white cardstock. But as I'm looking at this, I want to grab the paper pack again. Sorry about that. I want to see, I think that's Calypso Coral. And yes, it is Calypso Coral. I am going to grab a sheet of Calypso Coral and see if we actually, I have a card base already in Calypso Coral. This is a color I don't use very often, so I think I am going to try to use it. And I know it sounds weird, but I'm going to try it. So I have a card base, Calypso Coral, that's 8.5 by 5.5, and that's scored at 4 1/4. And now we're going to need to grab our paper trimmer. And I almost hate to put that pattern down, but all right, so we are going to go to 3 3/4 by 5. We'll just set those pieces aside. And I think I'm going to see if I can find a piece of black in my scrap bin. And we are going to do this at 3 5/8. No, 3 7/8. Yes, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And that should give us just a little wee border around there. Yeah. Okay. Stamping on the fly with butterflies. All right, let me get some glue. And, oh, I'm going to need a piece of white for the inside. Where, oh, where? I did some rearranging here yesterday and moved stuff around. So I have a piece of white for the inside to line the inside, and it's just going to give us a little border around. I have a little box on my desk that I pre-cut. I call these card liners. And that way they're all ready to go. All right, so now we have a nice place inside to write our greeting. So now we are going to, it almost felt like it was 2 pieces of DSP. Well, I got the hippie shakes here today. There we go. Just have a little fine border around the outside. And now I think we're going to pop this piece up on dimensionals. Yeah, that Calypso Coral, Pam, I don't use it very often. I'm not a real orange tone fan, but I think just because it was in the DSP, I want to try to change things up a bit and do something a little different. All right, let's see if we can get this on here straight. No. Not yet. Good thing I didn't press it down. Let's try that. No. Third time's got to be a charm. Let's try it from the skinny end. Ah, it looks better. Okay, so our card base is all ready to go. So now I want what my thought is that I want to layer these butterflies on the pink. What do you think? Or should I just put the butterflies on the background? What do you think? I think the pink background really sets them off. Or do we want to do a mixture? I'll lay some out here and you tell me what you think. Maybe a mixture? I think we have way too many butterflies for what we're going to need. I don't know if I want those shadows in there or not. I'm going to go with it. I've got them cut. I'm going to go with it. And I apologize for you having to watch me glue these on. If I had been thinking and had my wits about me, I would have done it with the adhesive sheets. Now for my second card, I did cut the butterfly already and I did use adhesive sheets, so. There we go. Oops. Wiggledy wobbledy. There's one. Oh, I need my tool here. I've got a couple little pieces stuck in here. Okay. Let me get this little guy on. Trying to put it on the wrong one. There we go. One, oh. All right. Let's put this one on. And if you're wondering, this is Tombow. It's just in a different bottle. I like the fine tip applicator. All right. So now I have 3 butterflies, but I need to come up with the greeting. So I'm going to grab that paper pack again and see what that pink is. Blushing Bride is the pink. I think I am going to stick with the Calypso Coral. Let me see if I've got a little scrap of that. And I'm going to do a greeting right on the Calypso Coral. And then I think I might mat it in the black. So I need to come up with a greeting. And I never thought that one through yet. How about itty bitty greetings? There must be something in here. This is a fabulous set. How about Scent with Love? That way it can be whatever you want it to be on the inside. Scent with Love. All right, so if I had my Stamparatus, this is upside down. It's driving me crazy because the logo's upside down. All right, I'm just going to plop that right in the middle because I'm going to use a punch and die cut this, or punch it out. I'm not just going to cut it. And I'm thinking perhaps the double oval punch, and that way I can use black to mat it with. And I want that greeting to be nice and dark because it's on that Calypso coral. There we go. All right, let me get this cleaned up. And back in the case it goes. All right, so now I need to get my punch and double oval. I'm also going to need another little scrap of black. So we'll do the background and then we'll do the greeting. Sorry, I was off camera. You know what? I think I need to cut this down just a little bit. I want it centered. Yes, that's better. Here we go. All right. Now, let's see if I can find my desktop here, and we'll put this together. I can definitely say that pink and orange together on one card are way out of this girl's comfort zone. I will say that 100% sure. Yeah, I think we're going to put these up on dimensionals, and I see there's a little piece that's still stuck in this one. I wonder if I can get it out. Yep. All right. Have some dimensionals on the go here. Let's plop this one over and grab some paper snips, and we're going to use up some of these side reels. This little guy, we'll just cut this like so. All right. I am sure we have loads of dimensionals on here. Okay, now let's start with the big guy. And we'll put this one flying up into the corner like so. And then our medium guy. Well, sir. Oh, the paper flipped over. I wondered why it was so hard to get off there. There we go. And then this guy. We need to put our greeting on because we need to make sure we have room to put this on. Like so. Yeah, kind of like that. Now I want some matte black dots. Listen to my squeaky chair here. Every time I move, it squeaks. All right. There it is. We're just going to put a few of these around. That looks nice. And maybe a little bit of Wink of Stella to shimmer these guys up around the edges. Just on the larger pieces, I'm just throwing on a little bit of glitter. Like so. I don't know if you guys can see that shimmer or not. And on the inside, I think I am, oops, these guys need to have their holes poked out. I think I am going to put these on the inside. Maybe just the little guy. And we'll just pop that down in that corner. And a little hint of shimmer on this guy as well. Keep it all looking the same. All right, there is our first card. Never thought I'd see the day that I put pink and orange together, but there you see it. And I'm hoping that the camera picks up the shimmer there. So that is our first card. So I am going to put that one aside, clean up a little bit here, and then we'll see if we can come up with another card. I've chosen a different DSP for this one, and this is gorgeous. It's got tons of different colors in there. I see, let's grab this paper again. I see white, I see black, I see Blushing Bride, So Saffron, Magenta Madness, a little bit of Mango, not much, Misty Moonlight, yep, and Bermuda Bay. Yeah, there's all kinds of colors in this one. So we have lots and lots of choices for this one. And what I did for this one is I just die cut the big butterfly. And what I did is I took the Whisper White cardstock and I attached it to the adhesive sheets. And of course we're having grief here now. Don't rip on me. I attached it to the adhesive sheets, and now I'm just pulling out some of these pieces that didn't completely fall out. I'm sure they will when we release the adhesive on the back side. So I'm wondering what color card base, if I should go with a white card base. Perhaps that would be wise. What do you think? What's your opinion? Pam, thank you very much for your sweet comments. What do you think? A white card base? Because there's lots of color in that DSP. I'm thinking maybe white. This is giving me a little bit of grief, and it's because of the adhesive sheet on the back. I know darn well. All right, I'm hoping the rest of them will pop out when I release the back, but I'm not going to do that right now. All right, we are going to use Whisper White for our card base, and I need it to be 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm sure that's right. It is. And now we're going to score that at 4.25. All right, so we have our card base. Now we need to decide if we're going to do some matting or what we're going to do here. I am not quite sure. I only have one butterfly. I think I'm just going to let this DSP do its thing as the background and keep it really simple today. Don't want to overthink it too much. I'm just digging in my scrap bin to see if I have a piece of Bermuda Bay that's large enough. And I think I do. All right. I'm thinking, I don't know. What do you think? Which one of those two would you use? This almost looks like a green to me. And I don't think there was any greens listed in the paper. Oh, just jade. I wonder if that's jade. It is. Look at that. I was wrong. I was way off. So I think I'm going to change my plan of action. I am going to pop the arm out here and 8.5 by 5.5. Keep that, we may use that, by 4¼ We are going to use this for our card base, and we are going to cut this down to 4 by 5¼ So now we have a liner for the inside, if I can get them separated. And do I want it that big? No, I think I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. So this is going to go down to 3¾ by 5. And then this we will cut down. And I'm going to turn it upside down because I want this piece with all this turquoise on it. So that was 3¾ by 5. So let's go 3. Three 5/8. And that was 5. I hope that's right. Yes, it is. I just have a nice little white border. All right. Let's slide this stuff out of the way and see what we can come up with. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to put this liner on the inside of the card. And just because I have that black butterfly left over, I know I'm not going to use it on the outside of the card because it would clash, but I can still use that as an accent on the inside of the card. It looks nice on the inside. So I'm just going to pop some adhesive on here, and we're going to use this as an embellishment on the inside. And I have lost you again. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. I have a whole bunch of things popping up on my screen. Wow, I hope I haven't lost you. Well, sir, I am going to continue. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me. I cannot see comments. I cannot see anything. I've lost you completely, so fingers crossed. I'm just going to continue with this card, and hopefully everything's good. And I'm just layering this DSP onto this white mat, and it just has a little tiny narrow margin. All right, and this one I think I'm going to do flat right on the front, like so. And for this one, I think I'm going to get a larger greeting because I just had an idea. Layer this down, get that centered up. The card's a little bit wonky here. There's that bone folder. There we go. All right, now what would happen if I took a strip of this across the front and I need a tape measure. Can't remember what I cut this at. Actually, I can do it at 4 1/4 and easily get away with that. I'm going to go 4 1/4. And how wide do I want that? How about half that width? That's what, 2? Okay, so we're going to go 1. Like so. Yep, I'm liking that. That'll go across the front like that. Then I'm going to put a greeting on a little strip of white. Like, oh, look at that. How about that? And maybe the greeting over here on the green. I kind of like that plan. Let's try that. Let's get the stamp apparatus and stamp a greeting, just a small greeting on this strip and see if this will work. If it doesn't, we're not out anything. It's just a piece of paper. And I guess I might as well continue with the same stamp set because it has little greetings. How about many thanks? That's nice. Or Easter blessings. That would make a nice Easter card too. I'm going to try that. Easter blessings. If I can find it. I have these sheets in here, and because of that I can't see the stamps. And it's not on this side. So let's try this side. Well, heavens. We're sure it's in here. There it is. There's no sticker on it, that's why. Easter blessings. And we're just going to pop that somewhere right about there. Hopefully this will work. We'll give it a whirl. Oh, I don't like that glob. You see that big glob there? We're going to try again on the other side. Let's give it a whirl on this side. I'm hoping you guys are still with me. I can't see you guys at all or see comments. I don't know what's going on with this crazy computer or whether it's Facebook or my internet connection. I have no idea. So I'm just going on hoping that you guys can see me and hear me and we get to finish this card together. Okay, so there is a greeting. And there's my card. Let's get that out of here and put the lid on our ink. Okay, Do we have room? Yes, we do. What do you think? Does it work for you guys? I think I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to glue this right flat down to the front. Somewhere right about here. Okay. That looks good. Now, hopefully all those little pieces come out when I pull off this back layer. Look at that. Most of them are coming out. Only one did not, and I have the tool to remove it. Look at that. And the beauty of this is I am going to be able to plop this down and it's glued. Check that out. Now I want to do a little bit of Week Stella on this, and I want to do it on the whole thing just to add some soft sparkle all over. And I'm wondering what I can use for, get this into the light so I can see the sparkle. Oh, that's pretty. I'm wondering what to use for an embellishment on this one, or does it need it? It's kind of a little lacking to me. I mean, it's pretty, but I think we need to step it up a bit. I think we need to step it up a bit. I'm having second thoughts. You see me peeling this up? I know I'm probably going to wreck it, but I'm having second thoughts. I'm thinking I want to put a bow here. Am I crazy? And I have another idea too. I am going to grab the dies and I am going to cut out. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it before. I just took my snips and cut up like so, and cut out a piece. And now I'll go over to the die cutting machine and I am going to cut out a background in the Just Jade and see if I like that better. Just bear with me one moment while I cut this out. I'm going to make sure it doesn't slide on me here. I've got all my butterfly on my paper. Okay, we are golden. Crackly, crackly crew. All right. Told you we'd be stamping on the fly today. Let's see if I like this better. Oh yes, I do. I did not realize that those adhesive sheets were repositionable. I figured once it was on, it was on. I'm thinking I want a bow on here. And I need to find some pretty ribbon. And I'm thinking white. But I could go so very many different ways. macaron, or not knit macaron, just jade, which is the same as the paper, but I think that's going to get lost. I've got white with silver trim. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, I think we're going to go that way. I'll put the plain white back in the drawer and grab my bow maker. And we will see what's happening here. All right. Get this centered. All right, some ribbon scissors, and we'll chop this off. That's a beautiful silver metallic edge. All right, let's see. Oh, that's pretty, very pretty. Need a glue dot. And I'm going to need some rhinestones, I think, as well. I'm just adding a couple of glue dots to this ribbon. Because once I get it on here, I want to adjust my tails. So I'm thinking bow here, tail here, and this one's going to give me grief, I can tell, and tail there. Look at that. Very pretty. Now we can trim these off. Something like that. And I think this needs more sparkle. I really do. A girl could not have too much sparkle. I think this one's empty. Let's try this one again. Oh, look at that. We got glitter now. Look at all that shimmery goodness. Can you see that? Okay, so this guy, we're going to pop him up on some dimensionals. See if I've got any open. Yes, I do. Well, that one's stubborn. Okay, so we're gonna put, I want to cover up all those butterflies in the background. We'll pop him on there. And now I'm gonna find some rhinestones to make this really sparkle. I think we're going to use some big ones today. We'll put one up here. And one down here. And I just had an idea. Wonder what that would look like there. Look at that. Why don't I go all the way down his body? Did you say glitter, ladies? I can get them in a straight line, we'll be smiling and close together would be good. I know it's a lot of rhinestones, but guess what? It's gonna look gorgeous. Now I'll go down to a smaller one right down at the very bottom. Like so, and I need one more big one. As you can tell, I have some old packages, some new packages. A girl can never have too much bling. So 1, 2, and 3. Looks good to me. All right. There is our blingy Easter butterfly. And what did I do with the other one? It's probably buried here. I've got so much happening here that I can't find a second card, if you can believe that one. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is, standing up over here. And here is our first pink and orange camouflage butterfly. So there are two very, very different cards. And I really think the elegance of the die cut with the bling of the silver ribbon and the rhinestones really sets this one off. And in person, the shimmer, the Wink of Stella that I put on the butterfly is just absolutely gorgeous. All right, I hope you enjoyed playing with me today, and I know it was impromptu, but I thought, why not? It's a holiday here, I might as well just do what I want, so I did. I will see you ladies, hopefully I will see you all back here on Wednesday night at 6:30. Bye-bye for now.